What does it mean to make the world a better place?
Nice! So those are those big questions we're focusing on. For me, being trauma-informed has so much to do with mindset, accepting that different people come into a school setting with incredibly varied life experiences. Some of those life experiences may be traumatic, and the way in which that plays out in my particular classroom could look a number of ways. And by me having that lens, it makes it less about are they doing the right thing or the wrong thing, and more about where is that behavior coming from, why is that happening.
Adverse childhood experiences like poverty, neglect, exposure to violence can bring about overwhelming stress, which can cause negative effects on the learning brain and on behavior. If children have the experience of adversity, they will have uneven development of these foundational skills like self-regulation and executive function or relationship skills. These are the children who are at risk to fall further and further behind. But the good news is that there is a powerful antidote to stress, and that is the effect of the human relationship and the presence of trust. Schools are an ideal place to produce many different kinds of relationships that are capable of buffering stress. Schools themselves can be healing places.
If you're fearful, if you're anxious, if you're distracted about something that's happened to you, you literally can't learn. Your brain shuts down. So it's essential to give kids social and emotional tools that allow students to recover from the challenges that they have experienced. Take actual classroom time to work on the building blocks of how to perceive your emotions, how to talk about them, how to get along with other people, how to take a moment and become calm when you need to, how to express your needs so that others can meet them.
When we start to understand what it takes to be responsive to the effects of trauma, we need to think about the environment, about individual services, and we need to think about the skills and mindsets of kids that won't develop as they should when they're impacted by trauma.
I do a lot of work around self-awareness and being able to name emotions and then make a choice around those.
When I get mad, I take deep breaths, and that helps me get more calm.
Many of the things that we think about doing for kids who may have experienced trauma are good for everybody. And everyone will encounter some kind of adverse circumstance at some point in their life. And for some children, we're helping them deal with what's already happened in their lives. For others, we're preparing them to deal with the challenges later in their lives.
If you can hear my voice say, "We are awesome."
Well, good morning to you. It is Monday, March 25th, 2019. Welcome to this Monday morning mashup. I hope you enjoyed that video. It speaks of trauma-informed practices, what it does to not only react to the trauma students have seen, but also to prepare them for adversity in the future. So you can see that this trauma-informed idea also builds resiliency in students. And as we move forward with SEL practices over the next couple of years, we'll be seeing more of the what in the classroom and how we can better prepare our children for the future. I'm really excited to see where we are going. Thank you so much for investing in our kids, and the relationships that I've seen this year are outstanding. More and more comments every week about how teachers and parents and guardians view our school as a loving, caring place for our kids. Way to go, keep it up. As far as this week is concerned, I do have just a few things that I want to make sure that are on your radar. Make sure you're checking that newsletter for any further details if there's anything that need to be added. As always, make sure you're checking the office and your calendar for further details. We do have a lockdown scheduled for 2:10 on Thursday. Be watching the weather, and I will too. More to come on that. We do have a leadership team meeting scheduled for this afternoon. Be looking for the agenda, leaders, at about 2:30 or so, and we'll make sure that that gets to you. And remember, if you can't be at that leadership team meeting, make sure that you delegate somebody that can take your spot. We want to make sure that everybody gets the information coming from those meetings. Along with the leadership team meetings, reminder, if you haven't seen the leadership team notes or if you haven't heard from your PLC leader, we will be going over what are called the PLC roadmaps very soon. I will be sending that out very shortly. The PLC roadmaps have to do with where we perceptually understand where we are in our PLC process. So more to come on that. Be looking for that in your inbox as PLC leaders. We'll make sure that that gets out to you very shortly. Friday, March 29th, we do have training over at the middle school in the Commons area. Be looking for more on that, but I do believe I sent the agenda out. We'll be looking at trauma-informed practices and restorative practices from American Indian point of view. MSCA, you are not required to be there. You have the day off. Have a great one. For this week, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this Monday morning mashup. If there's anything else that I can do to help you, make sure you stop in. And as always, we're a family here at CLBE. Thanks for being part of it. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.